hands together for an open round from last game, Mr. Jarlath Burns, please.
Gurmahagat Martin, Uachtaráin Jackie, Cahirlach Damien, Cahirlach na Códna Ella Ata and Shahanach during Kirdal Shees, Wylam sa Ma Earwichas ago live, Marialler and Curru Hockton Shah, Gaji, Brunnen and Uishana, Kilwanton, Fiha Kuig. Tracelim Lagach Dinna, a Winhi Gradam Anocht, Lierian She an Irid Ibra Ata Gularai, Hartfan Cum the Shah, Dulhun Kin, Luchana, Agus Culture, Agus Clihi Gaelacha, Agus Sin Inta Tautak. Wylam sa Foster Shibba Freslu, Marialler and Dulhun Kin Ata Janta, Agat Hanawine, Sulamanch, Agus Falgaelach, Agus in St. Chocolate Kela on Tree Code. Agus Wylam sa Shibba Freslu, Marialler Shen, the Sullivan Gominich of Sultas and Eha. Agus Grahish of Arash, Gaji, were Globana, Brodul, Hanawine, as were Gondi, as were Globana Homai. So I want to thank you very much for the invitation to come here tonight. I was going to start off with Reverend Fathers. I didn't know that Fintan Fanning had that role within Kilwanton. But I want to thank you so much for the invitation to come here tonight. It is a lovely evening, and an evening whenever you present awards to those people who have excelled in all of the various disciplines throughout the GAA in Wicklow. I also firstly noticed that it is a fully integrated night, and I welcome our colleagues from Camogiacht, Agus Cumann Pelgail Naman as well. It is something you should be very proud of, and something I'm sure you will be reassured that we are all working towards in the GAA. To the people who will win awards tonight, I just want to say that tonight you should be very, very proud of what you have achieved. Because last year, a group of people in Wicklow sat down and decided that you were the best person in your discipline in 2025. And behind that, there is somebody who taught you how to puck a ball or taught you how to catch a ball, somebody who took you aside and believed in you and said that if you put on your club jersey or your county jersey, you're part of the GAA and part of something that is bigger than yourself. That is a very big thing to be able to say. If you are in this room here tonight, you have achieved something bigger than what you normally set out to achieve, and I really, really hope that you are proud of yourselves. To the clubs who have put them here, I also want to thank you. I note that there are 18 clubs from whom young people and older people are going to get awards tonight. That shows the amount of spread that there is in this county of talent and achievement, and I want to show my appreciation to all of the clubs for the fantastic work that you do spreading Gaelic games in this county. This year, we produced the demographics report. And the demographics report in the GAA is showing us two things. There are two sides to this demographics coin, both of whom are providing challenges and some are providing opportunities. One side of the demographics coin is that in the west of Ireland, as we know, there is significant rural depopulation, which is impacting on the ability of clubs even to field. We are trying to address that with some of the motions that we have to Congress. But in the east of the country, and in Wicklow in particular, you are dealing with a completely different issue, and that is an incredible amount of rising population in your areas, which I know is putting great strain on facilities, and in many cases, your ability to cope with the number of people who are moving into your area. That is a wonderful opportunity, but I know myself, coming from a club and being secretary of a club that has the same issue, it does provide many challenges as well. And that is something that we are looking at. And I commend Wicklow GAA for taking a real lead in looking at that issue and seeing how it applies to your county and seeing how some solutions can be found to affect your county. I would also finally like to thank the wonderful officials who I know from this county, who are highly respected, not just in this county, but throughout the country for the great work that they do. Starting off with your incredible chairman, Damien Byrne. I think Damien is an outstanding chairman, and I really appreciate the work that they've done. Thankfully, Damien, my microphone hasn't cut off a few times when I'm paying you tribute, the way that yours did when you were paying me tribute. But he brought me over to his mother, Veronica, a few moments ago, and she was a wee bit reluctant to get her photograph taken with me because she hadn't got her hair done. So maybe when I get down to Kiltegan to visit the fathers there, we'll get a proper photograph, Veronica, when you will have your hair done. I also want to pay tribute to your president here, Jackie Napier. And the reason why I want to pay a tribute to Jackie is that Jackie was Wicklow Central Council delegate at my very first time in Central Council way back in the year 2000, whenever I arrived as Arklow delegate for the first time ever as representative of the players. Sean McCaig made me first players representative on Arklow. I had come straight from playing on the Armagh team. I didn't know a thing about administration. But there were people like Jackie and Dan McCartan and other people like this who took me aside and mentored me, taught me the rules, and taught me how to be a GA administrator. And it's wonderful that he's here, hale and hearty, and the president of Wicklow tonight. What an incredible man Jackie Napier is. And your current incumbent on Ardcorla is Martin Fitzgerald here, a great friend of my own as well, and somebody who I know was central to this night, and somebody who, when he speaks at Central Council, people listen to him because there is great respect for him. So you can be sure that you are very well represented in the corridors of power in Ardcorla with Martin. Martin Gurrick Mila Mahagat, fair play to you as well. But the boss who keeps it all together, the wee woman with the big stick, the person who is such a part of this county, and I know that any dealings that I have had with her, and I know that Damien has great respect for her, and I know that you would join me in paying tribute to the great Grace O'Connor, the woman who keeps this county day to day running, who guards us, Grace. The very, very final thing I'm going to say, in what we have here tonight, it represents the true values of our association. And in this very complex world, sometimes it is very easy to move away and to forget that we belong to an organisation that doesn't have shareholders but has stakeholders. And our values, we are true to them. The value of community. At each table, our clubs are represented here tonight. That is the community element of our association. Our amateur status, which is so precious to us. The word amateur comes from the word amo, which means to love. And we do it because we love our culture and our games, and we want to promote them. The respect that we have, which is another of our values. And we see that tonight in your Hall of Fame awards, and of course in your tribute to the Murray family who have lost a loved one and who are represented here tonight. That's the respect that we all have in the GAA, and it's something that is very, very important to us. Inclusion, meaning that it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, where you come from, you can find a place in a GAA club. That is where score comes in. And I see Dominic Leach, I know he's a great score man, and I congratulate the score winner here tonight. I know I met her on the way in, she's from Blessington. Congratulations. And finally, teamwork and volunteerism. We would not have an organisation like the GAA if we didn't have the volunteer effort that we see in this room. We have a mixture of players, of mentors, of parents, and of all of the great stalwarts of Wicklow GAA who keep the GAA flag flying and the flame burning in this incredible county of GAA. So my message to you is this. As we approach into 2026, rededicate yourselves to the cause of your clubs and to your county. I know that both of your teams have 4 points. They're doing really well. We are so proud of Oshin, my good friend from Armagh, for the great job that he's doing with your footballers. And who knows, later on this year, in some competition on the steps of the Hogan Stand, nothing would give me greater pleasure than be presenting a cup to a captain from the Garden County of Wicklow. Gurrick Mila Mahagat Kildare.
Uachtarán Cathaoirleach, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Wicklow GAA, I'd like to welcome you here this evening for the 2025 Garden County Awards. For the first award of the evening, I'll pass you now back over to Shane.
Cade Gradam on Trinona, our first awarded evening, is Pelador Idir Cúnte na Blina, Inter-County Footballer of the Year for 2025. Agus an Bútar ag Chocht ó Cumann Pádraig, Dean Healy. Our County Senior Footballer of the Year is one of the longest serving inter-county footballers in the country, having made his debut back in 2011 in the legendary Mick Dwyer's final year in charge. Success came early for Dean, with him being part of the team which achieved promotion in 2012 under Harry Murphy by winning Ryan O'Cahir of the National Football League, beating Fermanagh in the final in Croke Park. The intervening years have seen Dean cement his place as one of the best Wicklow players of his generation. 2025 was arguably his best in the blue and gold shirt, as he was virtually unplayable throughout the league and championship. Dean has the engine to get up and down the pitch, in his midfield role, yet he still finds the composure to pull off what has become his signature, standing his marker up before creating half a yard of space, then cutting inside to take a point off his right boot. His buzzer-beating point in Auckland to beat Westmeath in the Tailteann Cup quarter-final was a perfect example of this and will live long in the memory. Influenced hugely in his career by Gary Duffy and inspired massively by his mother and his partner Jen Akorja, the Inter-County Footballer of the Year for 2025, Dean Healy.
Our next award this evening is County Senior Hurler of the Year, Pádraig Doyle, Bray Emmets. When you speak about sustained excellence in Wicklow hurling, this name belongs in the conversation. 2 minor club championships, 8 senior club championships, a Leinster intermediate club title, an All-Ireland Under-21 medal in 2015, a Nicky Rackard Cup, a National Hurling League title, and a selection on a Championship 15, success at club level, success at county level, recognition at national level, a standard bearer for Bray Emmets in Wicklow, Pádraig Doyle, Bray Emmets.
Our next award, Pelador Shincher Nidlub, Club Senior Footballer of the Year, obviously chopped, O'Vallic Conglish, Pat Burke. Our Club Senior Footballer of the Year was Captain Fantastic for Baltinglass last year, skippering the team to the 24th Miley Cup title of the club's illustrious history. Pat first rose to prominence back in 2016 at the tender age of 18, when along with his twin brother Tom, he started the county final win against St Patrick's at wing back. He picked up a second county medal in 2020 during the COVID disruptive championship, but it was in 2025 when Pat Burke really came into his force. Always renowned for his athleticism, bravery and no-nonsense approach, the Baltinglass captain showed remarkable leadership qualities in 2025. He was an inspirational captain who really came into his own when games were in the melting pot, leading in word and deed as Baltinglass raised Miley for the 24th time. Following in the footsteps of his uncle Peter, county champion in 1976. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Senior Club Footballer of the Year, Pat Burke.
Our next award this evening is Club Senior Hurler of the Year, and that is Cormac Redmond, Carnew Emmets. Some players progress through grades, others conquer them. Cormac has represented Wicklow at every grade, from under 14 right through to under 20. At club level A, hurling championships from under 12 all the way to minor. South Leinster C titles at under 14 and under 16. A Leinster C school championship, and that winning habit continued. Intermediate football champion. Intermediate hurling champion. Senior hurling champion. A competitor at every level. A winner at every level. I'd like you to give Cormac a big round of applause.
Agus Nish, Pelador, Idirvánach na Blina. Intermediate Footballer of the Year for 2025, ag chopt ó Cillian Cuivine, Mikey Healy. Another captain to be recognised for a stellar 2025 campaign as Mikey led Hollywood to the Intermediate Championship title, taking victory against Avondale in the most dramatic circumstances possible. Described by his own club mates as the ultimate clubman, Mikey's been performing at the highest level with Hollywood for well over a decade. He epitomises club spirit, making himself available to help out at nursery and underage training, stewarding at games, among a myriad of other things. Now a senior player in the dressing room, Healy is a great role model for younger players, always making them feel welcome in the adult setup. The 2025 win was Mikey's second Cullen Cup victory as he drove his teammates to victory from his customary centre-half back position, refusing to take no for an answer as Hollywood once again ascended to the highest level of Wicklow Club Footballer. Ladies and gentlemen, Intermediate Footballer of the Year, Mikey Healy.
Our next award this evening is Club Intermediate Hurler of the Year, and that is Dylan Byrne, Ockram. Some players shine early and keep shining. 2 minor inter-county Man of the Match awards, Junior A Hurling Champion, Junior A Football Champion, School Sports Person of the Year, Freshers Division 2 League winner, a Nicky Rackard medal, an Intermediate Hurling Championship, and another Man of the Match performance at that grade. When the pressure comes, he delivers. Please, big applause for Dylan Byrne, Ockram.
Our next award, Pelador Socher A. Nablina. Our Junior A Footballer of the Year, ag Chocht O Shilelig Kulbui Lee Dag. One of the younger members of the Shilelig Kulbui side who exercised the ghost of 2024 by winning the 2025 Junior A Championship with a big win over Kilmacanogue in October's final. 2025 will no doubt be remembered as Lee's breakthrough year, adding Rhinocuing Football League, the Swan Cup, and of course the Junior A Football Championship to his palmarès. Recognised as Senior Footballer of the Year at schools level in Closh-to-Breda, Carnew, Lee began the year lying out in cornerback before migrating across to the full-back position as the season went on, a big challenge for such a young player. Lee made light of this challenge, making a name for himself as a tight-marking and tough defender who became the bane of full forwards county-wide. He played a key role too as Shilelig Kulbui impressed on a Leinster club campaign which saw them memorably defeat Louth's Oliver Plunkett before narrowly going down to Killare's Killashee in the quarter-final. Cordia, your Junior A Footballer of the Year, Lee Dang.
Our next award this evening is Club Junior Hurler of the Year, and that is Niall Heffernan, Avondale. A true son of Avondale. From juvenile level, boots barely tied, hurl in hand, it was clear this was more than a pastime. Muddy pitches, long evenings, countless training sessions. He played wherever he was needed, backs, forwards, because the crest mattered more than the number. And when he stood over a free, calm, composed, precise, more than a few tight contents were settled by that steady strike. But beyond scores and medals, it is loyalty that defines him. Loyalty to Avondale, to teammates, to the parish. A servant of the game, a leader. A player whose dedication only strengthened with time. Please put your hands together for Niall Heffernan, Avondale.
Pelador Socher B. Nablina. Junior B Footballer of the Year, ag Chocht O Higna Haley, Pierce Byrne. A dual player, at the tender age of 18, Pierce has achieved much success in his short career with Luca Tools in the small ball game and with Tinny Healy and his school Closh-to-Breda Carnew in football. In 2023, Pierce was part of the Closh-to-Breda team, which won the Wicklow Senior Schools title, and last year he tasted further success with the school, landing the South Leinster Senior title. 2025 was Pierce's first year at adult level, and what an impact he made as his Tinny Healy Junior B side emerged victorious against Newcastle in September's final. A versatile forward, Byrne played in almost every position in the forwards during the year and shot an important point in the second half of the final when the game was still very much in the melting pot. Corda, your Junior B Footballer of the Year for 2025, Pierce Byrne.
Our next award this evening is Club Junior C Footballer of the Year, Martin Cowap, Rathnew. Having moved to Rathnew in 2021, he began helping with the academy. That helping hand soon turned into a pair of boots. What started as just training became something more, and within a month, he was lining out in his first Gaelic match in over 21 years. Proof that the door is always open, proof that the community pulls you in. Please put your hands together for Martin Cowap, Rathnew.
Anish Peldor Munur Nablina, Minor Footballer of the Year for 2025 was Kiltegan's Conor Boland. Our Minor Footballer of the Year was a key cog in the Kiltegan team who won the Minor A football title last year, beating Arklow Geraldines Ballymoney in October's final. Being from Kiltegan, Conor also excels in the small ball game, has picked up numerous honours in recent years, St Imans, including an Under-15A title in 2022 with Michael Dwyer's. A student in Colosseum, Hackettstown, Conor shone throughout Kiltegan's victorious Minor A campaign, lining up in midfield for the final on a day which he and his teammates will no doubt remember forever. They say our minor players are the stars of the future, but Conor Boland is very much a star of the present. Corja, Pelador, Munur Nablina, Conor Boland.
Our next award this evening is Club Minor Hurler of the Year, and that goes to Colin Lawrence, Carnew Emmets. Raised on GAA fields across the country, from Aughrim to Thurles, from Derry to Kilkenny. Hours striking against the gable wall in Tomacork. Even more hours with a hurl in hand beside his father. Minor A titles back to back. A third within reach, a Minor C football title, Under-19 hurling and football championship success, at county level, Under-14 through to minor, All-Ireland Under-16 C champion in Abbottstown, Junior Hurler of the Year, school captain, still writing the story. Please put your hands together for Colin Lawrence, Carnew Emmets.
Agus Nish Pelador Fui Nide Nablina, Under-19 Footballer of the Year, ag chocht ó Arklow Geraldines Ballymoney, Tiernan Gan. Our Under-19 Footballer of the Year has had a gilded few years to say the least, winning a Minor A title in 2022 before winning the first of what would become 3 Under-19A titles in 2023. Last year saw the completion of that 3 in a row, with Tiernan's influence having grown throughout the 3-year run. He was instrumental in this year's final, a nail-biting 1-point win versus Ontoher. His first half point, a key score, which gave Arklow a lead which they would relinquish only briefly between then and the final whistle. Acordia, Pelador, Fui Nide Nablina, Tiernan Gan.
Our next award this evening is Under-19 Hurler of the Year, and that is Tom Brennan, Carnew Emmets. Small in stature, huge in heart, 3 Minor A hurling titles, 2 Under-19 hurling titles, Minor C football, Under-19 C football, South Leinster school success, School Hurler of the Year, School Player of the Year. Even 2 defenders aren't enough to stop him. One of Carnew's most skillful operators, so much so that even the legendary Bear marked him as one to watch. Without looking, he always knows where the posts are. And let's not forget, involved in scoring an Ogue too. Skill, determination, instinct. Please put your hands together for Tom Brennan, Carnew Emmets.
Anish Imror Lirod Lava Nablina, Handball Player of the Year, ag chocht ó Coolbui, Francis Byrne. Our 2025 Handballer of the Year represents a club which is no doubt a familiar name to anyone au fait with Wicklow handball, but her journey to this award, however, has been anything but the typical route taken by the average Coolbui handballer. Hailing from Garryhill in County Carlow, and indeed from a family steeped in handball tradition, France actually only took up the sport a few years ago, initially through Mothers and Others, before making her competitive debut last year. And what a debut year it turned out for Francis, winning the Ladies Leinster C singles title at the very first attempt. Not content with singles success, Francis then partnered up with Vicky Mulhall to claim the Leinster Ladies C doubles championship, an astonishing debut season for a player so new to competitive action. Also contributes hugely to the day-to-day running of the club, embodying club spirit. Corja, Imror Leroy Love and the Blima, Francis Byrne.
Our next award this evening is Camogie Player of the Year, and that goes to Shanna Goatlin of Knocknana. An era of dominance. Junior Leinster titles with the county 2018, 19, 22 and 25. Senior Club Camogie Championships 2016, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Senior Club Leagues 2016, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Junior B Leinster and All-Ireland Champion. Junior A Leinster and All-Ireland Champion. College League titles. And in football, 8 consecutive Senior Championships, Senior League titles, an Intermediate Leinster title. Relentless, consistent, elite. That's Shanna Goatlin, Knocknana. Please put your hands together.
Anish Imror Fell Naman Nablina, our Ladies Footballer of the Year for 2025. Ag Chopt O Hignahili, Aoife Gorman. Following a glittering underage career with Tinahely, Aoife has went on to establish herself as one of the best midfielders of her generation, dominating games across the county from the centre of the park for the best part of a decade now. Aoife has also represented the county with distinction, receiving recognition at national level with a spot on the All-Star TG junior team of the championship. Last year saw yet more success for Aoife and the Tinahely team as they won their 11th senior football championship title in a row. Captaining the team, Aoife was the driving force behind the victory and led the team all the way to the Leinster Senior Final. An inspiration to her Tinahely teammates, but also to aspiring footballers all over the Garden County. Ladies and gentlemen, Imror Fell Naman Nablina, Aoife Gorman.
Our next award this evening is the Pat Lawless Media and Communications Award, and that goes to Leslie Tutty, Hollywood. Leslie is known as Hollywood's digital voice. Under Leslie's leadership, the club's social media has become the benchmark, witty, innovative and engaging. A county final announcement video surpassing 10,000 views and 1.47 million views in a single month around the 2025 finals. But beyond numbers, she connects the global community. She attracts partners, she strengthens identity. Please put your hands together for Leslie Tutty, Hollywood.
Agus Nish Gradam Score, our Score Awards. Agus Ag Chopt O Value Cameen, Noreen Keegan Kavanagh. Elena Tuggenwade Ahantis Dugwina. This year we recognise an individual for this award. A member of Blessington GA for 20 years now, Noreen has filled several club roles of distinction during this time, including those of Rooney and PRO. When her time in these roles came to an end, she stepped enthusiastically into the role of Ifigach Gaelic Agus Culture, and in her time in the role, revitalised Score within the club as participation levels, both at adults and Score on no-leg level, surged. Under her capable stewardship, Blessington hosted numerous Score county finals at Sheenshire and in Oak levels, including the first post-COVID Score competition in 2022. This set a high bar for other clubs to follow in the years ahead. Noreen could also be described as something of a talent spotter, as she encouraged Sheeley Nocton and Fionn Whelan onto the stage, with both becoming star turns in recitation and solo singing respectively. Tá grá mór a cíd an Gaeilge freisin, bhí si Ganis ar cuasaí Gaeilge sa club, agus ba iad bailí cumín an céad club ó Kilvantán ar a brunú bán Joseph Gunnacha as an Gaeilge a Corcan Keen sa club. Gradam Score in Lena, ladies and gentlemen, Noreen Keegan Kavanagh.
Our next award this evening is the first of our Lifetime Achievement Awards, and that goes to John Stone's Vallymount. Tonight, we honour a man whose impact on Vallymount and Wicklow football cannot be overstated. Known to everyone simply as Rocky, an inspirational player, He led Ballymount from junior to senior status in just 5 years, securing 2 championship titles and 2 Hennessy Cups along the way. He was a champion of junior football long before it received the recognition it deserved. As chairman of the re-established West Board, he helped shape structures that still support the game today. And under his watch, there was no need for a CCC or a hearings committee. It was Rocky's way or the highway. Beyond the pitch, he maintained the Ballymount grounds to immaculate standards and never missed a match, becoming the club's most loyal and passionate supporter. A European Cup winning tug-of-war manager, an avid boxer in his day, a leader in every sense. Ballymount's only regret? They never entered him into score. His stories alone would have brought home silverware. There is only one Rocky. Please put your hands together for John Stone's Ballymount.
August Andara Gradam Seal, our second Lifetime Achievement Award. Ag Chopto Akram via Anakura, it's Johnny Murphy. A familiar face to anyone who attends games at our county ground in Aughrim, Johnny is an ever-present steward on match days at Echelon Park. Like many Gaels, Johnny first fell in love with GAA in primary school while attending Anakura National School. He cites Andy O'Neill as an early influential mentor who fostered love of football among many in Aughrim and indeed Anakura over the years. Latterly, he crossed that great divide and moved to Aughrim and became a respected groundsman. He's now one of our most highly regarded and longest serving stewards who gives up huge amounts of his own time to ensure that events on match day in Echelon Park run smoothly. Popular with the fellow stewards and the match-going public alike, Johnny will often greet you with a friendly hello. Accordia, our second Lifetime Achievement Award for 2025, Johnny Murphy.
Our next award this evening, the Special Recognition Award, which goes to Brendan Lawrence, Carnew Emmets. From boxing rings to county grounds, a broken skull at 12 might have ended one sporting dream, but it opened up another. Goalkeeper, defender, captain, chairman, league winner, championship battler, writer, director, fundraiser, sometimes disastrously. Nearly 15 years chronicling Wicklow GAA, capturing the highs, the heartbreaks, the history. A life woven deeply into the sporting fabric of this county. Please put your hands together for Brendan Lawrence, Carnew Emmets.
August Nish, our penultimate award of the evening, Ball Club Nablina, our club person of the year, as alluded to by our Cohirlock, Damien O'Brien, a little bit earlier. The winner of that award, Ag Chocht Ó Kilvrida, Diarmid Haugheen. There's arguably no club member in the county as synonymous with their club as Diarmid Haugheen is with Kilvrida. As Cohirlock, Diarmid has been the driving force behind the club's resurrection in recent years. And aside from this award, he's been recognised with awards at local, county and community level in the last 4 years. In that time, between grant allocation and fundraising, Diarmid has been central to the raising of €1.3 million funds to Kilvrida. Not only adept at raising funds, Diarmid is equally or maybe even more adept at spending money. The construction of a clubhouse, a community playground, an all-weather facility, a full pitch with drainage, a community cafe, and shop and walking track is not an exhaustive list of Diarmid's achievements in recent years, but it does serve to highlight his role in transforming his club and community. The clubhouse will be officially opened on March the 8th, and he tells us that all are welcome to that event. Accordia, Ball Club Nablina, Diarmid Haugheen, Kilvrida.
Well done. Our final award this evening will see us introducing our newest inductee to the Hall of Fame. Born in the mid-1940s, raised in a house where the GAA was lived every day. A dual minor star, a senior champion before adulthood. 3 matches in a single day. Provincial finals, an All-Ireland final appearance. Injury never stopped him. Responsibility never slowed him. He searched for a team, found a field, and in that field found home. Senior hurling titles in 71, 72, and 77. Captaining footballers to silverware, junior triumphs, selector roles. Then came the administration, secretary, treasurer, chairman of the county hurling board, referee coordinator, coaching officer, mentor, development of club grounds, generations guided, a legacy continued by sons and grandchildren. Still there most mornings, still sharing stories, still part of the heartbeat. A career in An Garda Síochána brought him from Portlaoise, and wherever he went, he played. In 1970, a transfer brought him to Wicklow. Ladies and gentlemen, for a lifetime of peerless service to club and county, we proudly induct into the 2025 Hall of Fame Arklow Rock Parnells, Tom Byrne. And that concludes our ceremony, our award ceremony this evening. Thank you, everybody.
Good evening, Thomas, and good Dia. Enjoy the rest of the night, everybody. We're Magwith.
Tom! Lovely.
Wicklow GAA, all clubs, one county, one app. Social ties. The Garden, your connection to the sport. #36C1C.